Coming up, find out what happens when we hit the streets of New York and ask,
Do you think there are too many tourists? Do you think there are too many tourists in New York City? If so, what can be done to limit the number of tourists?
Halloween, Thanksgiving, or Christmas, you can only celebrate one.
What's one thing would you change about New York City and why? Wow, of course I get this one.
Oh my God. What's the one thing I would change about New York City and why? Make it less expensive. It's too expensive for people to live in. My parents were immigrants. They came from Ireland, and I grew up in the Upper West Side of Manhattan when it was mostly Irish immigrants living there and families, and Irish first descendants of immigrants, and a very hustle-bustle, thriving neighborhood of working class people. You could do that in those days and raise a family of 5 kids. So that's the one thing I would change about New York is it's too elite. There's too much rich money here, and it's more for the rich people, which is really a tragedy because New York is so rich because of all the different cultures that are here. That's what I have to say about that.
I wouldn't change nothing about New York. New York, this is what makes us New York. Everything, the diversity, the food, everything, I guess. So, I wouldn't change nothing, honestly. That's my honest opinion. I love New York. I'm from here.
The subway rats. I feel like that's self-explanatory, you know? I'm scared of them. It's just not very sanitary.
I'd say the L. I think the L really needs to be figured out and work as well as any other subway system in New York.
Nothing, because it's the city that never sleeps. New York never sleeps. I wouldn't change anything about New York. I think New York is a great city, great history. It's for the rich, it's for the poor.
What's the biggest financial strain for you right now? Honestly, playing sports. I played college tennis, so in the city it's very hard to play sports. So finding the facilities and commute to the facilities definitely creates a financial struggle.
I guess food, right? Yeah, groceries.
Paying rent, groceries, basic groceries, and utilities, probably the top 3.
I'm retired and I have Social Security, so prices are going up. When you have a fixed income, you notice that prices go up more. I mean, everybody notices it, but if your income is fixed, every month you can see food prices going up, shopping costs more. So you start to cut back on things. That's the biggest financial strain, I think, is just there's inflation and fixed income. And then Social Security, and you hope that nobody messes with that.
Do you think New York City should try to do resident parking for the city car owners? Yeah, that'd be great, because I actually own a car. So that'd be amazing. Yeah, perfect.
If you own a car in the city, you know what you're getting into. So maybe you have an extra, you'll get a certain amount off your parking. But I don't think there should be resident parking for city car owners. This is where you come in and out of the city. Everyone comes in and out of the city. Sorry.
Well, I think they should do resident parking because living in the city, we pay for so many things, so many different taxes, and it's kind of like giving back to the residents of New York City, and that's helpful. It shouldn't be like a one for all for one type of thing, especially for Jersey residents like my friend here.
Sure. I mean, I don't have a car in the city. Yeah, I'm a college student, but I don't really see it as that much of a bad thing.
What was your best Halloween costume as a kid? Probably Ninja Turtles. Probably, I'd imagine. Had a great Michelangelo.
I would say I was Princess Jasmine one year, and I really enjoyed that costume, so that would be my favorite costume.
I dressed up as the devil, and I guess it was pretty fun.
A couple years ago, I went as Michael Myers, but since my school didn't let me wear the face mask, I just painted my face white and slicked all my hair back. And it worked out. No one complained to me. I thought that was pretty great. But then people thought I was the Joker, and that really sucked.
We've got more questions and more views coming up. First, let's travel around the city and NYC it.
At 306 Grand Street in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, sits a bookstore.
So cool. It's so nice.
It's not your average bookstore. The shelves are stocked with more than 2,500 spooky horror books.
It's actually my first time. I read that it was a horror bookstore, so that was super intriguing to me. So I came to check it out, and then I fell in love with the vibe.
The Twisted Spine opened its doors about 3 weeks ago. It's the city's first bookstore dedicated entirely to horror and dark literature.
We have all the classics, like you said, Dracula, the very intense area. It's called Splatterpunk for people who are like, we often get, what's the scariest book you have in the store? That would be something in Splatterpunk.
About a year ago, co-founders and co-owners Lauren Comer and Jason Mello started doing pop-up events to see if the community would be interested in a horror-specific bookstore. The response, they say, was overwhelmingly positive.
It's supposed to be a place that the community can come together and feel comfortable. And what we like to say is we keep the horror between the pages.
They call it a heaven for horror enthusiasts, a sanctuary for like-minded souls.
I originally found this place on social media, all thanks to TikTok. It brought me in. I saw a really cool vlog about it, and I immediately got on the subway and made my way here.
Aside from the horror books, this is also a place where you can come and hang out, sip on a cup of coffee. There's even wine and beer, and of course, some baked goods.
We have zombie pies and also serial killer blondies, which they've been extremely popular.
It all comes together here at the Twisted Spine.
The ambiance was extremely important to us. We really wanted this to be a place that was cozy, that was gothic.
All for the love of all things spooky. In Williamsburg, I'm Jessica Formoso, Fox 5 News.
This is Speak Up New York, the hot topic show where your views come first.
Do you think there are too many tourists? Do you think there are too many tourists in New York City? If so, what can be done to limit the number of tourists? Well, I think New York's done an extremely good job of limiting tourists, given the conditions it's been under Mayor Adams over the last X number of years. It's a dilemma about tourists. It's on the one hand, it's a major industry. Without it, where would we be in terms of income?
There's too many tourists in New York. I don't know what to be done to number them. I guess it's good for the economy in the long run, but the people in the neighborhoods kind of get annoyed from them. But, they don't really bother me as long as, they spend money for the city.
I would say yes and no. I mean, I feel like because we're native to New York, we might think that the tourists are bothersome, but I mean, we are tourists whenever we go on vacation to other places. So I mean, let them come and see the city. It doesn't really bother me. But what can we do to limit the number of tourists? I'm not sure. Maybe stop advertising how great New York is. I'm not too sure. But yeah, that's my answer.
Halloween, Thanksgiving, or Christmas. You can only celebrate one. Which one and why? I'm gonna be basic and say Christmas. Gifts, family, days off. It's cute. The Christmas songs, I love that. I love the culture around Christmas.
I think Christmas, because people are nice at doing the holidays.
Dang, that's a hard one because I love Halloween for the celebration, but I love Christmas time because you get to show your affection in sort of different ways. They can be creative. It doesn't have to be based in financial, a financial gift of some sort. So I don't know. I'd say Christmas.
Wow, I'd say Christmas, and I'd say Christmas because of Christ. And the gift of giving, love, the wintertime, and just the joy that it brings. That's what I would say.
Dining al fresco became popular during COVID. Thousands of restaurants took advantage of the outdoor dining at a time when they needed it the most. Not many rules were put in place for an outdoor shed, but last year the Department of Transportation changed things up, adding new regulations and fees. The program became seasonal from April 1st to November 29th. Restaurateurs who wanted to keep a roadway structure had to reapply for a permit, adhere to new design standards, and remove the shed once the season was over. A new bill was introduced to the City Council that would allow roadway dining 365 days a year.
What do you think of the dining sheds in New York City? Should they be allowed to stay up all year? I don't see anything wrong with that, unless it holds up traffic or anything. I have nothing wrong with this. Keep the dining sheds.
Wrap it up. That's why we don't have any parking. These sheds, they have to go. Keep everything indoors. And you know, when cars are driving by, you don't want to be sitting down eating your food and there's dust and everything. And the homeless people, homelessness is a big issue we have in New York City right now too, along with like the drug abuse with some of these people, and it's very hard. And a lot of times I've been out and I'm doing the sidewalk dining, and someone will come up to me and try to ask for money or like food, and it's very uncomfortable.
Nah, I think they infest us more. Like I've been seeing them sheds. I think us having it less now, I don't see as much rats as we used to. But us having them sheds definitely bring rodents and stuff like that. Like it was doing a lot. It was definitely doing a lot.
I would say as long as they give the right protection so that rat infestation is done away with and there's an ability for pedestrians to easily walk on the sidewalk, I'm all for it. I lived on 13th Street where there was a place right next door that did extremely well. They were very careful, sanitary, and it actually made it more attractive.
When are you too old to trick or treat? Never. Absolutely never. Go out, do whatever you want, man. Like, it's a free country, free whatever. Halloween's awesome. It's my favorite holiday. I'd go out trick or treating if I didn't want to watch horror movies all day.
I think you're never too old for that. I think maybe after your 30s, start to getting a little late to do that.
You're never too old to trick or treat, because we all love candy, and we love free candy.
We want your view. Get ready to share your opinion when Speak Up New York hits the streets again real soon.